I hope the sound is working as well. Show me both, you know? So one of them is still, one of the chat is still not gonna come through. For whatever reason, that's okay. That's okay, guys. I'm really close to the 30,000 I need, because I cannot buy anything here yet. I need 30,000 since I already bought the portrait. Sorry people, we'll be right there. Okay, so Twitch is also for me, so let's not use that. Let's use buckets. You have to pay for all the bots. About this, let me know. Let me know. I should be getting my 30,000 tonight. I'm missing 500 or so. 50%. Right now, since I already got a legendary, so starting next week we should start getting more info on champions kits. Once we have more info and we know what's more of the champions pool, what the champions do, we will be summoning in a few weeks when we have more. I mean, Isis is definitely my number one choice right now anyways, but I do want to save up and open in a few weeks when we have a lot more info about the other champions, because I don't want to find myself in a scenario where there's a champ I pull another legendary and I don't know if I want to trade on it because I don't know what the legendary does. As much as we can. Yo John, what's up? Voice is too low? Is it too low right now still? So I'm also kind of looking away from the mic. Is it better if I'm talking into the mic? If not, I can try to increase that level a bit more. How about now? Same? Let me do 10. Let me go up to 10. Okay, is this better? One, two, 1, 2. Is this any better? Spot on, perfect. Sweet. John, I'm not doing much. I'm just kind of doing my quest and kind of setting stuff up, just making sure my live and stuff is working well. I do want to do live even a few weeks when logging into a player's account and summoning all the stones. So I'm kind of setting everything up, make sure everything is working, and I figured might as well try the live at the same time. And if anyone needs help or asks a question, we can answer at the same time. What's up, Flavien? What's up? I'm also on Twitch, by the way. I don't know if you guys like YouTube or Twitch better for live streaming, but I guess we'll be doing both. At the same time. I'm not sure yet if I want to do both or not, but I think so. I'm waiting on info about Fujin until I see my name one. Okay, you got Fujin? Let's see. Isn't Fujin? I think Fujin is the one I added in the beginning. Hold on. I'm pretty sure. He's green. Fujin. Okay, so basically when the video with Ash and Simon went live, I clicked the link instantly to start the quest, and basically what happened is that after that they kind of they did a big reset and started the quest over. And as soon as the video went live, I clicked the link, I did my 20 summons, I pulled Fujin, and I was ecstatic because I was like, yo, first pull and I got a legendary. And after that they just reset everything and I lost him. So I don't know, I have no clue what he does, but the imprint is decent, I guess. Wouldn't be my first choice in terms of imprint. The passive, I guess, that's also the passive. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue what he does, but defenders are usually very solid. So, yo Flavien, what's up? Comment ça va, Flavien? C'est English only là, par contre. C'est la chaîne anglais là. Yeah, I mean, he looks badass and defenders are good, so I love defenders. So I wonder what he does, especially based on the weapon you get. Let's see. Excalibur, increase damage if you got allies for each buff placed on them. A bunch of those defenders place buff too, so it could be pretty cool. I don't know. Just have to wait and see, I guess. They announced that we will be seeing more Champions kits this coming week, by the way. So we'll see, I guess. What did you pick an imprint and a weapon yet? Or you still? I should be able to pick one up tonight. I'm just since I bought the portrait already, this needs to show 30,000 for me, and until I can see the 30,000, I can't buy anything. So I'm buying the imprint first because we only have, I mean, if you did the premium, it doesn't matter, but if you're doing the free, there are only like 10 weapons, so we will be seeing all the weapons multiple times. All the imprints, I believe there are like 25 of them, so if the event lasts another 30 days, we're only gonna see the imprints once or twice at the most, so gotta be careful to really pick a good imprint at first. I'm gonna get Waymir tonight. I think it's solid. It's a solid imprint. Actually, that guy is actually really solid too. But I really like this one, so I'll pick that one up tonight, and then wait and see later if I can trade or not. Let's see. Forge Fire and Balance of Form. Okay. Forge Fire is my second pick, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna go for Excalibur, but Forge Fire is definitely the second best option I would suggest people pick up. I mean, Mjolnir is amazing too, but I would say Excalibur or Forge Fire for sure. And then the imprint is, which one is that? Balance of Force. Let me see. Off the top of my head, I could not tell you what it was. Oh, you have them locked. Okay, okay, yeah. Have them locked in and waiting to get the Aether. Sweet. Let's see. Sometime profile. Imprints. Yo, Grease, what's up, man? Yeah. I recognize the name for sure. How are you doing? Oh, Pengu's imprint, okay. Oh yeah, that one's solid too. I mean, it's gold. I don't know if you watched my video, but it's gold, so it's solid for sure. It means it's solid. Yeah. This one's actually really good. I really like this one too. And it's an Eternal. And I think that's also pretty important because I think just like the champions, the Eternal imprints are going to be harder to get than the regular one, than the other affinities. So the fact that it's also an Eternal, I think it's really good. This was more initiative and speed, attack, steal, 10% time in the front target, otherwise it's 30% divinity. Yeah, it's pretty solid. I wonder what, I mean, there's so many weapons out there too. There's so many good weapons you can pair that with. What about you, Grizz? What have you picked up so far? So I'm talking to a bunch of people on the server as well. So, yeah. We chatted this morning. Yeah. Hamdall, Excalibur, and Tialong. I mean, Hamdall, Excalibur, and Tialong or whatever. It's kind of the perfect combo. That's what I'm going for, but with Isis instead. But I'm literally going for the same setup. So pretty excited to see. I'm waiting tonight. Tonight I should be able to buy my imprint. So we'll see. And but just to lock it. Okay, got you. Yeah. Because it's kind of the thing is the let's see how many imprints do we have? I think it's 25, right? 1, 2, 3. Can I not do this? How do I will that give me a count of how many are selected? How many row I'm selected? Oh, 37. 37? Dang, wait, 222 into that. Is that right? No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, okay, so I think that might be accurate, 37. So it's even worse than I thought. So it's 37. which means since we are 12 days in already, if the event lasts another 30 days, we probably won't see, I mean, I guess we see 3 imprints every day, so, you know, some of them you may only see them once, so I've missed 12 days already because at the end I have the Aether, so now I'm like, if I miss the one I really want, I'm kind of screwed, but we'll see. Wait, getting ready to sleep? Where are you? Are you in Europe? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. Yeah. England or whatever. I'm originally from France, so I know for France time zone I think it's 10 p.m. Oh yeah, you got a crazy setup. Oh, you can barely hear me over the music, really? I'll stop the music. I'll have to adjust the sound, I guess. Is this better? I'm also looking at my other screen, so I'm kind of looking away from the mic all the time. My mic setup's been a pain, honestly. I don't know why, but... Okay, let me... 15 minutes. Got plenty of time. I do really like Pengu's imprint, honestly. But I'm personally going for Chalong or Morrigan, I think. Yeah, whichever one I get first, I guess. Okay, where's my butt rakes? Twitch. So I'm just trying to figure out why this is not sending to Discord. The following platform is connected to both of your Budrig's account Twitch. Log out completely. Where is that? What's that? Oh, login with Discord. Okay. Copenhagen. Okay. No need to. Yeah. Like it's okay. I'll put the music back on, but I'll turn it down a little bit. You guys tell me if it's too loud or whatnot. I'll turn it down even more. If I can, I'm in second day of the sweet. Morrigan seems more PvP. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good in both, honestly. Any waves too, it's gonna be very good. Any wave content for sure. There was some waves during the alpha towards the end. They were just like buffing so much, like putting so many buffs on them. I think you had a couple teams at the end of alpha that had like they had ISIS and Quads, a couple other champions like that, and they were just putting so many buff on them. Something that would be good for all those ways for sure. Just locked it with the premium, yeah, hell yeah. You know, I was gonna do the premium, but I figured I don't think it's necessary for this. I'm just gonna wait, you know, and save up my my cash for or my PayPal. So not my cash, but once the game is out, you know. I don't spend much on games, but you know, I don't mind every couple months, you know, putting 50, 100 bucks here or there. But we'll see. If the YouTube channel does well, I'll spend more for sure. I'll just spend based on how well the YouTube channel does, you know. Did you guys play the Raid? I'm curious to see how many players like me are gonna kind of switch from Raid to this. Okay, so this is working now. Integration, Twitch. What'd you say? Played Raid for like 5 years. Nice. I played Raid and still am, but when girlfriend I was been waiting for it. Nice. If you guys want to, I can show you my account, but I think you all are gonna be impressed by my account. I've actually I've been playing since the beginning, like 6+ years honestly, and I've been making content actually too on my French channel. But yeah, I played for a long time, and it's kind of like, you know. Yeah, that's my French channel. Got about 15,000 subs, you know. It's cool. Kind of was the first French content creator. Started way back then. But you know, kind of. I still love it, but you know, some days it's hard to. I don't want to play every day like I used to, and I'm so. I believe in Hey Ladies, you know, and I'm sure this is gonna be a great game. So can't wait to see what they do with Godforge and see what we can do there, you know. Hopefully, they just need to be, as long as they are a tad less greedy than Raid, I think it's gonna be the perfect game. But we'll see. I have a massive account. I still play every day. Almost every day. I'm in the #1 clan right now, Panda. So still in a massive clan too, but definitely excited to slow down in Raid and go full on Godforge, honestly. I'm still trying to share the freaking live on the freaking server. I'm just logging into the wrong thing. Oh well. I just have to do this manually in this. No pop-up that. In Godforge you mean? I know, yeah. That's the thing with Raid. I think they did a pretty good job keeping the shop, you know, kind of hidden on the left, you know, but the little pop-ups sometimes they go crazy and it's very annoying. I don't mind, you know, one pop-up every time I launch the game, but sometimes you have to like click off like 3 or 4. And it gets crazy, yeah. Yeah, Gridzu, I think they will, honestly. 10 at once, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, I think Helides and also Chosen is one of the game designers who was actually probably the first or one of the first content creators for Raid at the very beginning, and I think they both understand what Raid is doing great that player love and what they're not doing great, you know. And most of it is the greediness, you know. If they were just a bit less greedy, it would be an amazing game, but they're just too greedy, honestly. And I mean, I love the game, but it's same with like the Dark Forest or whatever that just came out. I think it's the best content they've released, honestly, on Raid. But now it's like I'm waiting another week for the rotation for the new rotation, and I'm still gonna do it. But I'm like, the first week I was very excited, and I'm like less excited, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do it, but whatever. It was super easy. And I'm like, whatever, I don't know. I have some really good teams for everything, and so I don't know. Kinda slowing down for sure, but we'll see. Is the sound better or is it the same? Raid, we don't want to do that. This is not a raid channel. There you go, perfecto. Sound is good. Okay, John, sweet. Where are you from, John? Copenhagen? Oh, John's from Copenhagen, right? Or Guizu is. Oh, Guizu is from Copenhagen. Okay. Seattle, nice. I love. Well, I mean, I said that. I just drove through it, but we was it? It was this year. Well, last year, 2025. We went on a cruise in Alaska, and we departed from Vancouver, which we loved the city. We just spent a day and a night there before the cruise, and we loved Vancouver. And then we went on a cruise, and on the way back, we flew out of Seattle, and we crossed basically the city to get to the airport. But I loved Vancouver, which, I mean, it's right there next to Seattle. Yeah. Really, really cool up there for sure. Probably a bit too cold for me right now, but I loved going up there. Alright, so this is working. I think everything's working. I think my live is working. I'll try to, fix up the sound a bit better next time, but that way we can prepare, guys, because we're gonna have a ton of summons to do soon, very, very soon right here. 160. I'm thinking maybe I should do another account. I really need this account to be my main one, because this is the one I did the alpha with. So did you guys know if did you guys do the alpha? Did you guys know if we did the alpha and we finished level 150, if there was any, like, I know they're sending us the coins, the Fafnir coins, but did they say if there was also gonna be some extra in-game rewards or anything from people who finished level 150? I can't remember. I just don't know if it's important for me to specifically use this account from alpha when the game goes live. Because if it doesn't really matter, I can create another account or two to do that thing every day, and still, that way I can do a bunch of polls video and stuff, see if we can get other cool champs. I don't know. I just can't recall what all we get from finishing 150. Let's see, I guess. Come on, quest. Let's go. 7 hours. Dang. This one's not worth it. I think I was gonna buy Ymir tonight, but I think by the time I get to my 30,000, I don't know if you guys can see, it's pretty small, but I'm missing 450, I believe, or so, 440 maybe. I think by the time I get to that, we would have the reset in 3 hours, so I'll have another batch of imprint and weapons, which sucks because the weapon I want is ready, but that will have to wait anyway, so I'll have another set of imprints. These two are really good. These two are in my gold right here. I really like both of these, honestly. When this hero is attacked, has 25% chance to place a freeze, to place a freeze on the enemy for 1 turn. So type of when the enemy is attacked, has 25% to place freeze on the enemy for 1 turn. I think this is really strong. Especially, guys, if you put this. Okay, here's also. That could be a really good option for me, because here's what I'm trying to do. Here's one of my thoughts in the back of my head. I love Isis. That was kind of the champion that really helped me finish Alpha. I was kind of stuck at the end, and I told her, and she really helped me out a ton. And I love Isis because she pairs with Horus. Now, Horus is an eternal champion, so it's gonna be harder to get, but I'm kind of thinking, I'm probably gonna do another account too, just in case, but I'm kind of thinking my thought process here is keep Isis, potentially even get this imprint if I can, so when their hero is attacked, 25% chance placing freeze, because then you can use it on Horus, and Horus just taunts everywhere. And then when he's attacked by enemies under taunt, and he pairs with Isis, by the way, he increases the terminator of all allies basically. So he's really strong. But then I think it's actually kind of counterproductive, because if you start freezing enemy, then they won't be attacking you, and therefore you won't be feeling that time either. So actually scratch that. So scratch the imprint, but I do really want to keep my Isis, so I can hopefully one day get Horus, and then they pair super well together. I think both of them together are just gonna be insane. We'll see. What's up, Coolus? What up, what up? How are we doing today? I guess I'm just gonna do 30 minutes again. I've had a bunch of 100% synergy for the past few days, and since yesterday I'm only getting 25 and 50. Not sure why, all of a sudden. Any of the duos that I know about, that's kind of the only one. I haven't looked for any. But that's the one I noticed, because I actually made a video on Horus, on Isis, and on what's his name, Anubis. I don't know if there are any. I'm sure there are a bunch of them, but I know for a fact Horus is insane in terms of control, especially if you pair him with Isis. That's why I really want him. But I don't know, because I don't think so. I don't think I've seen any other. Let me see. I haven't looked for any, but now that you mention it, I'm sure they have a bunch in there. I feel like Sphinx should go with someone else. No? Any? Yeah, I don't know. Also, there are so many champions. I mean, we were super limited during Alpha. There's so many champions out there, we don't know what they do. So, here's the champion I really want. Medzili is the one I really want, honestly. I love Medzili. But we'll see. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Yeah. I've actually, if you guys have any other ideas, you know, you know, right now I feel like I've kind of covered most of everything there was to cover about the mini game. You know, I did the, you know, which weapon you should get, which imprint, like mistakes to avoid, all that stuff. And now it's kind of like, obviously next week there'll be new content release about, you know, what champions do, so I'll be able to cover that. But in the meantime, I'm kind of trying to find some ideas. I'll be doing a few live streams where we'll be going on people's account and summoning their stones, but definitely a good idea for sure. I just need more. I don't think for now, the only kits we know are from Alpha and a few that Simon showed last week. But I think that's the only duo we have so far. I'm pretty sure it's the only one so far. But yeah, and I mean, it wouldn't have to be super long actually, because I could just pick, you know, the best combos in my opinion and just highlight the top 3 or 5 or whatever. But yeah, it's actually a really good idea. Yeah, thank you. I'm really excited to see this guy too. I love this imprint. Dang, he's so long. Have you guys seen this? He's so freaking long. I think we'd seen a teaser from HH at some point. I got like 79 Legos for my first 100-ish summons and 280 and got nothing. Wow, that's still crazy rates though. 7-8 on the first 100. That's so crazy. What do you have locked in right now? What do you have locked in? You got 3 in a 10 pool? No way. Okay, that's why I need to do a stream where I go on everybody's account and start, especially that a bunch of you did multiple accounts. A bunch of you guys did multiple accounts, so I don't know. I mean, y'all tell me. I'm thinking to do a live stream where we summon stones. I'm thinking wait another 2 or 3 weeks until later in January, so we have more Champions kit and we have more info. But if you guys have a bunch of summons saved up because you have multiple accounts and stuff that are kind of like secondary accounts and you just want to open up, we can do one this weekend too. You know, just do one this weekend. We all have a bunch to open, and then do one again at the end of January where we have a bunch of other stones. I don't know, but I don't want to get people in that situation where I'm like, I don't know if you want to trade the champion or not. I can't help you because I don't know what the champion does, you know. Yo, Brizu, not much, just chatting. Yo, Chosen Gaming was good. What's up? You have Vivian since my second and Excalibur. Okay, cool. Currently on Vivian's imprint 2. Okay, but looking for better. Okay, Vivian, do we know what she does, or I think we saw the core and the ultimate, right? In Helidy's video, in Simon's video. I think that's what. I think Vivian was one of them. Vivian is the lady of the lake, right? I'm pretty sure we did see the core and the imprint is great. pulled alt top S tier on multiple account myself, but yeah, and to be honest, man, about 150. Okay. That stuff should be out yet. Yeah, I think it was on the Fateless video, right? From last week. Count. This will be free because I can compare spending. Let's go. Let's go. I'm going free to play right now. I was telling the others earlier, I'm going free to play right now, and I'm saving my money for when the game actually goes live, you know? I'm just like,
hey,
I think there's plenty of time to get stuff, so. And honestly, guys, they're super generous too. And I actually talked to Simon a good amount and Chosen too, and actually that's why a lot of my videos I mention some random stuff that's like super important detail that I went and asked them personally, like, hey, do you know how this is gonna work? Because it's pretty confusing right now, the way it's written here and there. Like the difference between like a crit hit and a strong attack, for instance. Like it's two completely different things. So a bunch of stuff like that that I'm asking them all the time. But yeah, I just don't know that I needed to spend right now, so I'm just gonna wait, save my money for a bit later, you know. But I'm probably gonna start another account too, yeah. Just to have just to make videos of summons, you know. I'm still waiting for my Godforge coin. I know, me too. Where are you, Collis? Are you in the US? I think they shipped all the UK one, and they're shipping US after the holidays, so like in a couple days, I guess. I know, I'm in Austin. Oh, you're from Estonia? Okay. Yeah, I think they just did UK first, and then everything else later. You have two right now, trying to hold back. Oh, two what? Two accounts? Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay, Colas, since you finished the alpha and you're waiting on the coins just like me, do you recall if, like, finishing the alpha only get us the coin, right? There's nothing like tied to our account that will be like, you know, are we getting like extra rewards when the game goes live just because we finished the alpha, or was it just the coin? Because I'm wondering if I'm kind of trying to only have this account right now as my primary account because it's what I use for alpha, just in case. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to start other accounts just in case too. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think it got a official title in like 2. Okay, so this is gonna be my only account then. Yeah. I mean, special title, I'll take it. You know, that'll be my only account then. Maybe I'll do another one just for summons, just to have fun and summon stuff. But okay. Okay, this is we're talking about, right? Vivian. Yeah. That sounds about right. Vivian, right? Place, so this is the core ability. Place attack up, defense up, and normalize to 220 increase duration of all bursts. That's really good. That's really good, especially guys. So if for obviously colors, you play red as well. For everybody that plays red, this, like something like this in Hydra is so good because I mean, I guess it depends. If you're doing a Titus team or whatever team, I guess whatever, it doesn't really matter. But if you do a lot of the Hydra team in raid, you have a mix of defense champion and attack champion that do damage on both. So something like that is really good. You just, you know, your defense champion get more defense. They're gonna place bigger shields and whatnot, and your damage dealer that are usually a bit squishy, they also get that defense up and they can still live ease you, and then your damage dealer uses a ton of damage. The only thing is the attack up doesn't help your defenders in the team at all, but for any team that has attack-based damage nuker, this is amazing. Plus the extension of the buff is really good. Plus the imprint, I mean, imprint is really good. I don't think that he shows the imprint here. Remove all disables from all enemies, that's super sweet too. Yeah, Grizu, I think they're releasing some kits next week. They said next week, I'm pretty sure. I think Simon is making a video on some more kits. I do get it because I also don't want to know everything. I do want to keep a lot of the surprise for when the game goes live. So I do get that they're kind of in that situation where they don't want to give everything away. But also not all of the champions are part of the event. So I would just love to know, just like he did last week where he just showed the core ability and the ultimate, and then we can kind of deduct the passive based on the imprint since it's basically the same. And yeah, we'll be missing the A1, but the rest, if we can at least know have an idea of what all the champions in the pool for the minigame do, that'd be great, just so we can easily make the decision of what we want to keep, you know? See, a similar the game will be buff and debuff voice. Yeah. Yeah, so basically it's extremely similar, other than the control debuff, they call them disables. So if you go here, status effect, and that's actually a really good video I could make of just going through the buff, debuff and disables and what they do. I mean, it'll just be a lot of reading, but yeah, it's just that the debuff are split between debuff and disables, which are all your controls debuff basically. But it's pretty cool. I like how they did it that way, because then you have a lot of things that, like this one for instance, just Vivian, she removed all the disable, so she doesn't remove the debuff, she only removed the disable. And same with Heimdall imprint, I believe. His thing is only for the debuff and not disables. You know, there's a difference between the two, which I think is pretty cool actually. If this hero is under any buff, has 30% chance to reflect any debuff, so only the debuff. I think it's pretty cool to have a different, you know, different categories. Give me some gnutes. Are you talking about gnutes from Raid? Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, sorry, back on Vivian too. Remove all disable from all allies. Also remove all debuff on allies from Avalon. Then attack, and then you have an ally attack with all allies joining the attack. The attack is defeated, increase the amount of all allies by 20%. That's insane. Yo, that ultimate is really good. Just put her in a bunch of resistance and speed and ultimate, and yeah, just want to make sure she's not CC'd. Well, I mean, it's the ultimate though, which is really cool. This is so good because you can use the ultimate out of turn. So this is so good. It's so good just because you can use the ultimate out of turn too. You know, if everybody else is CC'd, just, you know, cut in and do that, and everybody can play, you know. Super good. Super good. I'm really wondering what the A1 does. Who else is there? Anubis. Did you guys play Anubis? Anybody played Anubis during the alpha? Yeah, Gnut, Grizu, Gnut. Oh. Gnut is on another level. Is it Gnut or is it G-Nuts? Which one is it? G-Nuts. Now really, with Raid, do you guys have Marius? Marius is I think Marius is the most game-changing champion in the game. I feel like when you get him, it just changes everything. I played Anubis and I have him selected for the game. Okay, John, cool. So I'd love to know what you guys think about Anubis. He was my first legendary during the alpha, and he carried me for a while because you can build him with damage, but also a ton of HP obviously, and he can stay alive. But in the later waves, I was kind of struggling to use him a little bit, simply because he requires a lot of stats. If you want the damage on him, you're gonna want crit rate, crit damage, a lot of HP, maybe some initiative if you can. But then if you want to if you really want to use it right, you're gonna need some accuracy, and because he's gonna be really good when people start dying, when enemies start dying. And the thing with Alpha 2 is that we don't have obviously a ton of options and a lot of time to play, but I feel like it requires a little bit of setup to where if you really want to use him the right way, you kind of need someone to first come in and place defense down on everybody, and maybe have another, either an ally attack or another damage dealer in the team doing some damage first, and then you can come in and like finish the enemy, just especially his A1. Like his A1, I got to a point where like at the beginning the A1 was so useful, and towards the end when the enemy are a bit more tanky, I literally never saw the despair again, because the despair is only here if you kill somebody. And for a while I was like, yo, I'm trying to control everybody, but I just can't. And then I realized, oh, I need to kill someone. And I just never saw the despair debuff ever again, because I got to level 120 plus, and that's like, oh, I need more accuracy and I need to make sure I kill the enemy. So I think he would be a super good champion, but it definitely maybe a bit more of a end game champion if you want to really use him right, and kind of needs a good setup around him, for him to shine. But I don't know, still a good champion though. Initiative is for the ultimate, yes. Also, how did initiative and speed? Oh yeah. I didn't get into this in my account over 2 different waves. I played. My main cane was Achilles, okay, and quads, okay, or whatever. Yeah, quads. We're gonna. I think everybody is going to agree that this hero right here is called Quets. I think we're gonna call him Quets. Settle the debate. His name is Quets, and that's that. There's nothing else to it. I think everybody could agree on that. I think there are a lot of champions that we're gonna have to do this, because I think they went with the actual names of some of the stuff from all the mythologies and stuff, and some of it is like, especially this faction, man, the Mohican faction. It's honestly my favorite faction, but the names are rough for sure. Moctezuma, that's not bad. Knish Ao. Okay, that's not too bad. There's another one that's super. Oh, Yi Drag. Yeah, Yi Drag is tough. We're just gonna call him Dragon. Just call him Dragon. Or Drag. Yi Drag. Easy. First 10 pulls on your account, just started, got Shamash. Okay, let's go. Okay, so Shamash is really good. I'm not the biggest fan of his imprint, because I believe his imprint has to be on somebody who does ally attack, so you kind of limited on how many champions you can use it on. But the champion itself is really good. I love Shamash. And I think a lot of people kind of missed out on him. And Simon I did the podcast a couple weeks ago with them, and Simon was also surprised that nobody was like, yo, Shamash is so good. But he basically has, you know, a light attack right here, a light attack right here, and a revive. That he was a bunch of buff and stuff. And every time you do an ally attack, you increase divinity by 100 of all allies. So he is super good, especially if you want to play him with, if you play him with a champion in the team that you really want to utilize their ultimate and have a lot of initiatives on them. I think it's gonna be really good. I'm hoping to pull a reviver before I replace him. I mean, he's a reviver. He's a reviver. Quets, yeah, Quets. The thing with Quets is that he's the only one we know of so far that has the speed aura, and he also has the turn meter and speed up at the same time here. Plus he has, I mean, if you guys play Raid, this is the ultimate is like the passive, so it's a Marishka passive. When he's defeated, revive 2 allies, you know? And then you play him with a reviver who revives him, and then you're just reviving non-stop, which the later waves in Alpha were freaking Isis and Quets together, and it was like a non-stop loop. It was a struggle. That's kind of where I got stuck for a while. So Quats is like, he's just so good because right now he's kind of the only one we know of with that turn meter, that speed aura. So Arena is not my priority, but if you have him from the get-go, or you also have Sun Wukong's imprint, you're gonna do really well in PvP at the very beginning already, you know? Yeah, Chris imprint looks like a beastie one start with. Yeah, no, it is. It basically gives you an extra life, you know? And it's kind of, it's similar to the one from Sun Wukong. The thing with Sun Wukong is that someone technically can steal the buff from you. So you can, you know, place that unkillable or whatever it's called, immortal, but it can technically be stolen, I guess. There's a debuff that makes it that they can steal a buff from you. But this one, you don't have the buff, so you just straight up get an extra life, you know? I just don't know. So I just don't know if that's also a question I'm asking them all the time, but is there going to be a cooldown on this? Or is this going to be a one-time thing? You just prevent the death, you know, and heal by 50%, and then when can I do this again? It's not all the time, otherwise the champion is, you just can't kill him, like, ever, right? So there has to be some type of cooldown or some stipulation that it's once per wave or once per fight or whatever it is, right? Vivian Smash, yeah, with the 2 ally attack, for sure. And Daddy. I'm Daddy. I was thinking about replacing replacing Anubis by Reviver. Yeah, I got you. Okay. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff bugs in Alpha for me, and I don't know if that was just me, but I had Heimdall and he helped me a ton. But you know how he places the counter attack, the retaliate right here? The later wave of Alpha, for me, were kind of like RNG based, because I got to a point where, especially when I was facing Quats and Isis and stuff, I was like, okay, if I retaliate properly the whole time, I can win this. But if I don't, because the retaliate was bugged and my champions wouldn't counter attack, or just on and off. And I don't know, it was a big bug for me because it wouldn't work. So, but as soon as it did, then I passed all the waves easy. All right, Grizu, thanks for stopping by. I will probably do another live this weekend. Have a good one. Good rest of your week. Oh, tomorrow's Friday already. Easy. Tialong or as an imprint to go with Heimdall Excalibur combo. Okay, so let's look at this. Heimdall champion, so he does place shield, right? So again, do keep in mind, guys, don't base your weapon and imprint on the legendary you have. I mean, chosen honestly, I mean, you could 100% do this, and a lot of people are doing this. The reason I think it may be a mistake of thinking I'm specifically getting a weapon and an imprint to go on that one legendary is that if the game is just like Raid or similar, it may take you a pretty long time before your legendary becomes very good and very efficient, you know, because you can rank it up pretty quickly, I'm sure, but then if you want to do all the ascension and the books and all that stuff, it may be a while, and you may have a lot of rares and epics that are a lot easier to level up that would benefit from having the weapon and imprint on them at first, which I guess you can always remove it. Once the imprint and the weapon on somebody, you can always remove them later, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah. They're also looking at, you know, once the imprint is on the weapon, if we can eventually remove, like separate them, or if it's you know, once they're on, you know, which as of now, it's, you know, once you have the imprint on the weapon, it's stuck. But I asked them and they said they're not sure yet. They're not sure yet. If they do allow you to remove the imprint from the weapon, it will be very expensive, which I agree it should be. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, they never clarified the provide on the imprint. Oh, actually, see, yeah. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Kind of look at this to, maybe, you know, I don't know if I'm looking at this to go on the starter, but at least a really good epic, you know. So I guess a good example. Let's have this. Let's remove legendary imprints. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see what they do. But I guess the combo you want to do with Heimdall is actually amazing. And worst case scenario, if you can't really use Heimdall at first, just pick this epic, Brynhild, because she's gonna do some very similar stuff with the shield and stuff. Doesn't she not place a shield? Oh, it's a defense up. Dang. Just find another defender that plays a shield. You know, worst case scenario, and you'll be fine. But yeah, the imprint. So you have this imprint, allies on the shield, 10% increased damage and receive less damage. And then the weapon would be Excalibur, which is right here. Up. Increased damage inflicted by allies for each buff placed by this hero. Yeah. So you just need to make sure this is on the hero placing the buff. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can put the imprint. Yeah, it's a crazy combo for sure. Crazy combo. Just need to find a champion with shield. Okay, so she does place the shield, but she needs the awakening. Okay, which is fine on an epic. I'm sure it'll be pretty easy. Oh yeah, also plays shield. Yeah. Should be a really good investment. If you have Heimdall and then you get her, first off, both of them together are gonna play well, I'm sure. But also, if you can't level up Heimdall at first, this is a great option for sure. And I'm sure Awakening 3 for an epic shouldn't be too hard to get. Yeah, she does. While under, yeah, right here. Remove all disables on this hero, then place Radiance on all allies for 2 turns. Can be used while under disable. Yeah, that's really good too. Reduce and reflect 20% of the attack damage received. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited to have more info and like start the game, because there's gonna be so many so many content and so many stuff we can do at the beginning. Like, there's so many weapons. I haven't even looked at the weapon, guys. I mean, I looked at the legendary here. There's 10 of them, right? But a lot of them have changed since alpha. Like all of these epics, there were only 5 of them. I don't know if you remember the Grail. The Grail was actually a legendary weapon during alpha. And I think that was 30%. Increase all sources of outgoing healing by, I think it's 20%. And now it's an epic and it's 20%, but still, it's still really good. And there's so many of them. So many weapons. And they're all gonna do crazy things, I'm sure. And there's so many. Also keep in mind, like, the weapon and the imprint you get here, I mean, obviously if you find a good combo of them two going together, absolutely go for it. But I think there's going to be a lot of combos that actually go better with, you know, legendary imprint that go better with epic weapon, and same the other way around, you know. But Chosen, it's the Raven Pyros Gaming. It's a great website. He's still updating a bunch of stuff, I believe. And I'm trying to, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll work with him on some stuff. But honestly, even seeing all the Raid Shadow Legends website that came over the years, you know, even the Hayladies website, for anybody who's familiar with Hayladies.com for Raid, I think this is better. It's just so clear, so easy to use, and he has a bunch of tools. I mean, they're obviously not ready yet, but you already have team builder tools and stuff. He's making an app right now, and he's actually going to need people to test the app and stuff for him soon. So I'm kind of waiting, and whenever he's ready, I'll make a video for people to go and like try to start testing stuff and whatnot. But really clean website. So all the tools out here, bosses too. So of course, when we have more info on all the bosses, you'll have all the details here with strategies, and then you have the content creator videos at the bottom, key takeaways that explain to you everything, and really cool website. Really cool website. So something that I actually asked them, and again they were actually, that's actually a really good point because they weren't sure, but two things actually. One of the thing is with Ra, analyze and incubate from removing information. No, it's not on Ra. So there's an imprint that does something, I can't remember exactly what it is. When there's, I know which one it is. Hold up. There are two questions from actually doing the imprint, which I asked before doing the video. One imprint, which was a bit confusing, is this guy. So when this hero is damaged by Blaze or Aether Burn, reduce the effectiveness by 25% and increase the damage of the next ability by 5%. So I get it with Blaze, right? Because Blaze is going to be like a tick damage debuff, but Aether Burn, if you look at what the Aether Burn actually does, and you have all the status effect out here, but the Aether Burn is right here. Increases chance to weak hit by 15% and reduce divinity on all heroes on the team. So this one doesn't do damage, right? This debuff does not do any damage. So that's one of the things that they're not sure yet. They're trying to see how it's gonna work, but you have a couple imprints like that, you know, where it's like damage from the Aether Burn, but the Aether Burn doesn't do any damage. It only increases your chance to weak hit, right? And reduce the divinity, but so that debuff does not do any damage, unless they count it as, you know, if you get hit while you are under the debuff Aether Burn, but then they would have to change the wording on the imprint. So that was one of the things that they're kind of looking at. I've been chosen, made the mistake of, Brad made the mistake of like telling me, hey, if you have any questions, let me know and stuff, and I've been like texting him like every day on Discord, you know. But what's up, Andaj? Boa esforço, sucesso sempre, feliz ano novo. Hey, listen, man, I don't speak Portuguese. I'm assuming that's Portuguese, but I understand. Happy New Year, and a lot of success for you as well for 2026. Thank you. I mean, I hope that's what you said. I think it is. Anyways, so yeah, this one's kind of, you know, and then the other one is this one, and this one was very surprising to me because all the content creators out there, they ranked it as an S tier imprint, but nobody actually understood really what it did. I mean, unless I missed something, but basically Sam had chosen to explain it to me, but basically, so this one from Kamazat, when this hero inflicts a critical hit, steal 2.5% of the turn meter. If the attack is strong, steal a further 2.5 meter. But basically here, critical hit is something completely separate than a strong attack. So the strong attack is not impacted by how much crit rate you have on your champion. Any damage dealer, most likely you're going to want 100% crit rate, and that way, as long as you are facing a neutral affinity, if you go back on heroes here, as long as, so Horus is by example because he's neutral to everybody, but if you take Anubis right here, as long as you're facing you know, strong or a neutral affinity, if you have 100% crit rate, you should be doing a crit hit, unless you have the Aether Burn debuff on you that increases your chances of doing a weak hit, right? So that's just classic. That's how it works with raid, right? That's how it works with Red Shadow Legends. 100% crit rate, neutral or strong affinity, you're gonna do a crit rate unless you have a debuff on you that says otherwise. And as that, if you go against an affinity you are weak against, you're gonna have 70% chances of doing a weak hit or whatever it is. But then if you have 70% crit rate on your champion, on neutral and strong, you have 70% chance. On strong you probably have more, but on neutral you have 70% chance of doing a crit attack, right? So that's pretty classic. But then the strong hit, the strong attack, is just something that's completely different. It has nothing to do with your crit rate. So at first I thought it was, it's you know, you do a crit, so because you're doing a crit it turns into a strong attack, but it's just completely different. So the strong attack, you can affect it. There's a couple imprints and weapons that are going to affect it, and then you also have some buff here: sharpen, raise crit damage, and strong hit damage, which this does not increase your crit attack or your crit hit damage. It's only increasing your strong attack damage, basically, which is again nothing to do with your crit. You could have 0% crit rate but still find ways to do a strong attack, basically. So this is affecting the strong attack, and the Aether Burn, though, I believe this one is more affecting the crit rate for the crit attack, basically. So anyway, it's a bit confusing, and they're still kind of trying to figure some of it out and stuff, but I think they appreciate when we kind of see stuff like that and ask them, and they're like, oh yeah, you're right, it's not super clear, we don't know exactly what we're doing here, all that stuff, you know. Reads like for the strong hit to still turn meter, you need to have a crit rate in the first place. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Do I need to, you know, have 100% crit rate or whatever, do a crit attack that will still turn meter, and then there's, on top of that, there's something else that would make it a strong attack to steal even more turn meter, but it's two separate things. Champ with no crit rate, you could still, yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's exactly that. It's you could go with 0% crit rate and still do strong attacks. So I mean, I'm sure they're gonna update all of that stuff and figure out ways to make it more clear and whatnot, but definitely a bunch of stuff like that needs to be updated for sure. Or at least clarify, you know? I don't know what else was there. Did you guys see also the attunement? There was, oh, that's my video. Stuff about attunement for the sets as well. Obviously that was kind of not really possible during the alpha, but when you look at a champion, if you, I can't remember what it's on, but basically based on if it's a brawler, defender, all that stuff. There we go. For the brawlers, increase all stats by 0.5% for each piece of chain armor attuned. And I don't think we can see it here, but it'll be on each type of armor too, which for the end game, min-maxing, all that stuff, that's what you want to do. But we can't talk about end game until the game itself is actually live. What about stats? So the stat distribution is definitely a bit different here. Let me, no quest, not good. So each faction has like different minimal bonuses specific. Yeah, it's not factions, it's the type of champion. This is the faction Aru. It's the type of champion, like brawler, defender, invoker, all that stuff. Which I guess it's not on here. It's not on here, but basically you'll see based on what each set look like. So you see here's the way they look. How this one is like, or like this one is like the hood, for instance. This one is that chest with the purple thing. So each of these will have, just based on the design, there will be a specific armor set thing, or whatever. Not the set, but specific type of armor. And based on that, you'll know if they go more on. You don't have to, but it's a very small bonus. But you'll know if they go more on the brawler and the slayer, all that stuff. So the gearing was kind of tricky too, because the stats are completely different, and so you can get speed on legs and boots, but the thing is, for a damage dealer, so for damage dealer you can get 2 damage on gauntlets and on the shoulders, and you can also get crit rate on the gauntlets and on the helmet. And then you can get initiative up here and down here. But then you think maybe I can get my speed on the legs, and then on the boots though, yeah, I guess so. Some of the, I think a lot of the damage dealer are going to be tough to build with initiatives as well. Same with the accuracy. The thing is, you only have accuracy on the helmet, so if you have a damage dealer that you also want accuracy on, I mean, you can get accuracy on the weapon, of course, but it's not that much. But then here you're taking away the option of having crit rate up here. So then I guess you could go crit damage here, crit rate here, and then find most of the crit rate on substats, and then speed or initiative. But yeah, I mean the gearing is it was tricky doing alpha. I liked it a lot, but it was definitely a bit tricky. What else is there? I don't like Hades personally. I don't know if you guys have looked at his kit. I mean, I don't like his imprint. I don't know, his imprint is all about placing curves. and the curse debuff is not, I don't know, it's kind of like one of those, like if I place it, great, if not, whatever, I don't care, you know. Chances of reducing incoming healing and shield strength. I don't know, I just don't feel like it's super useful, but we'll see. Yeah, I didn't play the first and second wave too much, but I did finish the third one for sure. For sure. Oh, and that's the other. I really like the last one, the third wave. I was really excited to log in every day, honestly. All the ultimate for damage dealer would be to get 100% rate through substat only one. Yes, I mean, yeah. Ideally, you get crit rate with all the substat, but I just don't know. From alpha, it looks like it would be really hard to do with just the substat, unless you get really lucky and you get the spikes, you know, in the right stats. But I think getting that 100% crit rate was only with substats was pretty tough. For a while, we'll be having one piece with crit rate for sure. I'm sure. Chosen Silway no more in my corn. I'm based New Zealand. I'm in the US, you know, and they said they shipped to UK, but they haven't shipped anywhere else yet. So, or Europe, but nothing else. So, I think they'll start shipping again next week. So, I don't know, but for the US, it usually takes a few weeks to get here too. So, it might be a while for me too, honestly. Yeah, Kulus, I don't know, but I tried so many times to hit crit rate as a secondary, and I was really struggling to get good spikes, you know. It was really tough to get the spikes where you wanted. I was just getting a bit of everything every time. So it was really tough to not have crit rate as a main stat for sure. And it doesn't look like there's I don't think there's a crit rate buff. Reflect, Weather, Retaliate, on. Yeah, there's Sharpen, but it's not crit rate. So there isn't a crit rate buff. I wonder if some heroes have sometimes a type of extra crit rate they can place some on themselves. I don't know. Also, you know, because we have this strong attack as well, I don't know if it's gonna be as important to have crit rate at 100%, at 100 all the time for all the damage dealers, you know? I'm just thinking maybe for this game you kind of want a good, you know, maybe a bit less crit rate, but more ways to also do a strong attack at the same time. I don't know. Could be built a bit more this way as well. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I used they changed it, but the Thunderbolt was really good during alpha. I was doing damage based on max HP, so that was really good. They changed it now. They just changed it. There was a back on my point earlier of the combos and stuff, if you look at the imprint of not putting necessarily the imprint, legendary imprints on the legendary weapon, if you look at Mulan's imprint, it was just the first example I found yesterday. It's not great, but increase the chance to strong hit. But okay, but you see here, I guess the strong hit is also called the strong attack because it was strong attack earlier. You know, it's like it was on the other guy, it was critical hit and strong attack, and now it's called strong hit. Not confusing at all. Not confusing at all. Anyways, by 10% when inflicting damage and the vanish. So if you find that legendary imprint and you put it on a champion that's gonna place vanish on themselves all the time, and then, but you could think, oh, you know, I could put that on Excalibur or whichever legendary weapon I want. But then you also have epic weapons such as, if I can find it, the katana. Ignore 10% defense when attacking under vanish against enemy under 30% HP. Now the under 30% HP is pretty annoying, but you know, so again, you're having that double bonus of being under vanish. If you're under vanish, you get more damage from the weapon, but also from the imprint. So that's just a good example, I think, of, you know, that legendary imprint from Mulan might be best on the katana than any of the legendary weapon. Maybe, you know, we'll have to see how the damage stack up and all that stuff, of course, but I think there are going to be a lot of, so many build crafting and stuff we can do. So. I still can't buy anything. Wow, I've got no bonuses here. Yeah, I don't know, but the Thunderbolt, yeah, they changed it. Well, the Thunderbolt was XP, max HP in Alpha 3. Oh, you changed the other one, you mean the one with the other weapon, yeah. The one that converted HP to damage. I don't remember which one that was. I mostly used Thunderbolt on everything. I just farmed it non-stop and used it. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna stop here. It's been, how long is it? An hour and a half? Hey, not bad for the first one. Will be, you guys will be seeing a lot more of me the next couple of weeks for sure, and hopefully the game's good and while after that. But this was just a little live stream test and it went well, so thank you. Already got some people on here. I am doing the stream on YouTube and Twitch. I don't know, I mean, just whatever platform you guys like the best. YouTube, I feel like it's pretty easy since everything is on the same platform, but if you want Twitch instead, it's just Rumsey Godforge, same thing. Whatever you like best. I will keep posting this week, guys, and make sure you join the Discord too. That way we can keep you posted with everything. And I do want to do a live maybe this weekend, if not in a few weeks, where we summon a bunch. So I just need a bunch of people interested in that so that I can have enough material to work with, you know. Anyways, all right guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a good weekend, and maybe I'll see you again this weekend. Bye guys.